Good morning, crafters, and welcome. I have a fantastic large Halloween wreath for you today. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you step by step how to make this beautiful steampunk Halloween wreath. The wreath was inspired by this beautiful sign that I found at craftoutlet.com. The minute that I saw it, I knew I had to make a beautiful Halloween wreath using it. Let me show you how to make it. To get started on today's Halloween wreath, you're going to need a 14-inch wreath form. You're also going to need a package of chenille stems or pipe cleaners. Now we're going to be turning the regular wreath form here into a working wreath form, and all that means is that we're going to be adding the pipe cleaners to the wreath form first. And that's really easy to do. You want to attach one on the two crossbars on the inside and one on the two crossbars on the outside. And then all of my ties that I have on the inside I pull towards the inside, and the ones on the outside I pull to the outside. And then you want to put one in the middle of the two crossbars on the two bars on the outside. And then you just repeat that all the way around. When you're done, you should have a total of 18 pipe cleaners. I have all my pipe cleaners attached, so my wreath is ready to go. Now for the base, I'm going to be using 10 inches by 10 yards Deco poly mesh. Now this is the regular Deco poly mesh. This does not have any metallic strips in it. I did pick this up from craftoutlet.com and it was $3.75. Now you will need 1.5 to 2 rolls to do the base. So here on my wreath form, all of my pipe cleaners around the center I've lifted up. This is where we're going to start to attach our mesh. And I have my 10-inch roll open here. You want to take one end and scrunch it together. And you're going to take that, you're going to place that in between two of the pipe cleaners here. Get it nice and snug and tie it down. You want to make sure that doesn't come out. And now we're going to go around, we're going to fill the base first with the poof method, and then we're going to go back with the rest of the mesh and fill in with the cruffle method. So I'm going to measure here at 10 inches. And you want to start to measure here where you attached it to your wreath form. Go out 10 inches and pinch. Then where you pinched there, you go to your next pipe cleaner that's on the inside. You place it there and give it a twist or two. Then you continue to move your way to the next pipe cleaner and just keep measuring at 10 inches. You want to go all the way around the center until you get back to the place you started. So I'm right back where I started. So now I'm going to go from the one here that's at the top, and I'm going to move directly down below to the pipe cleaner that's on the bottom on the outside. Give it a nice little twist. Okay, so now I've moved down. Now I'm going to do the same thing that I just did in the center around the outside and hit every pipe cleaner, measuring at 10 inches. I have my poof base all done. I went through and opened everything up, and now I'm going to work on adding the cruffles. We're also going to be adding some of this really pretty glitter tulle that I picked up from Dollar Tree, and I love it. It has silver spider webs on this side, and I think that's beautiful, and it's going to look gorgeous. You'll need 2 rolls, and you need to cut into strips at 12 inches, and you should be able to get 9 pieces out of each roll. You will need a total of 18 pieces. I have all of my glitter tool or sparkle tool cut into strips at 12 inches, and I got exactly 18 pieces. Then with the rest of your black deco mesh, you should have half a roll left from doing the poof method, and then half a roll or another roll from your second roll. And you want to cut your pieces into strips at 15 inches and cut up the rest of what you have. I was able to get an additional 6 pieces, so I'm going to incorporate those extra pieces around the outside. So we're going to do the cruffle method here to fill in. I always like to put something on one end to weigh it down. And then I also use a little clip to help hold it. So you start at one end and you give it probably 2 decent rolls, and you don't want to go too tight, because if you go too tight the ends will stick out and then you'll have more fraying. Then I do a little clip there, turn it around, do the same thing on the other side, 1 or 2 good curls, and then you scrunch down the center. So that way you have 2 curls and like a little ruffle in the middle. I'm going to use my bowdabra here to help me make my little bundles. So you're going to start with a cruffle, and then you're going to take the piece of your glittered tool, and we're going to do the standard ruffle on this one. You just start at one end and scrunch down the center, and then place that in on top. Now I think that looks really pretty. It's going to give that little bit of extra sparkle. And then you're going to place one of those in every single pipe cleaner, both around the inside and the outside. So you just go to your pipe cleaner there, lift up your little bundle and place it in. Pull those pipe cleaners up, give a good twist. And now you want to twist it down a couple times. Pull those pipe cleaners together, trim, leave about a 1/2 inch. And then you want to take those pipe cleaners and push them down so they're facing the back. The other trick is when you're adding in your cruffles is you want to make sure that they're laying this way side by side. If you angle them this way, what happens is you'll get a lot of mesh shoved in the center and not as much around the outside, and then it won't look even. I'm going to continue to add the rest of my cruffles and my glitter tool to my base, and then I'll be back and we can move forward. Now I have my base completely filled in, and I'm really happy with the end result. Now if you see anything strange, any little pieces that look funny to you, make sure to trim them. Now is the time. Also go through, make sure everything is laying where you can see what you've put in and that you're happy with the shape. Okay. This is the sign we're going to be using today. I fell in love the moment I saw it online. I did pick this up from craftoutlet.com. Anyone can order from craftoutlet.com. You don't have to have a business or anything. And this was $6.95. This is one of their weatherproof signs. It's on like a hard piece of plastic board. It does have a slight bit of give. They don't provide any holes or any way to attach it. So what I like to do with these is attach 4 pipe cleaners onto the back, and I do use hot glue. But then I also cover it up with a little piece of ribbon. I want to make sure that's nice and secure. So we're going to be putting one at the 4 corners. Add a dollop of hot glue, lay in your pipe cleaner, I like to top that off a little bit. Then I place my piece of ribbon. Now this is one of my favorite tools to use when I'm hot gluing. I picked this up from Dollar Tree over in the kitchen section. It's by Betty Crocker. It's a scraper spatula and it's 100% silicone. And that's what you want to look for. Any 100% silicone tool will work. And they're great because if hot glue does get on there, as soon as it's dry, you just go over it and it peels right off. And then you're good to go again. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of my pipe cleaners attached to my sign. I got all my pipe cleaners on. The glue has fully set up. My sign is ready to go onto my wreath. I was thinking maybe on the side, but I think she really stands out in the center, so that's where she's going to go. And to attach her, you just simply take your pipe cleaners, you separate your mesh until you can get down to the wire frame in the back, and then you attach it onto the wire frame. Now I always attach it a little on the loose side until I'm sure I have it positioned where I want it, and then I can always tighten it down. I have my sign on. She's nice and secure. She's not going to go anywhere. Once you have her placed, make sure to trim and tuck your pipe cleaners in the back. Oh, I just love it. So I pulled out these two ribbons that I picked up from Dollar Tree to go on our wreath today. And they are both 2.5 inches at 3 yards. I really like this one with the black background and the white spider webs. And then this is just really pretty to add that little bit of sparkle. And I like that it's also sheer. I really like to use this ribbon kind of to back up other ribbons to add just that little bit of pop of color. You'll also need a couple full-length pipe cleaners. You want to take your ribbon and cut it into strips at 24 inches. You should get 5 pieces off of each roll. We're going to work on our ribbon bundles now, and this is what they look like. We're just going to put 2 simple bows together. And like I said, I really like the purple here in the background. It kind of helps set off the spider web. So we'll be making 5 bundles like this. So I'm going to start here with my glitter ribbon. You want your tails to be about 4 inches. Pinch and twist. Now on your tails, the nice side of your ribbon should be facing up, but when you go to start making your loops, the nice side of the ribbon should be facing down. And then you're going to make 1 loop on either side at about 4 inches. Then you're going to do the same thing with your spider web right on top. Now if you need to do a little bit of adjusting to make sure that your loops are laying properly, that they all look the correct size, this is the time to do your adjusting before you tie it together. Then pinch in the center and pull out. You want to take a full-length pipe cleaner, wrap it from the front to the back. I always like to pull down. That way I can get a nice tight grip. Pinch and twist. Okay, and then you just want to open up your loops and your tails. And my goal here is to kind of do every other one. So I have a loop of purple, then it'll be a loop of the spider web, then a purple tail, then a spider web tail, then a purple loop, then the spider loop, then a purple tail, and then the spider tail. So that is what I am attempting to do so I have a nice mix. And that purple will peek out behind the spider web all the way around. If you need to adjust them, go right down to where they come out and do any kind of twisting or adjusting. If they're not fully opened, go ahead and open them at the base. Just be careful not to pull too tight, otherwise you'll pull it right out. I will do my final adjusting and trim the tails once I get it onto the wreath. You'll need to make 5 ribbon bundles. I'm placing my 5 ribbon bundles, and what I did was I just kind of went around and stuck them in first to make sure that I liked their placement. And then you just take the pipe cleaners, and you want to use full length pipe cleaners because this wreath is nice and thick and full. Then you take the pipe cleaners and you kind of move away the mesh till you get down to the wire wreath form, and then wrap your ends around the wire wreath form. And then you can pull it down as far as you need to. I don't like my ribbon to be too deep within my wreath. I like it to sit a little bit more up on the top. So you can kind of play with it and adjust your curls around it. And then once you have it placed where you want, you can kind of tie it down. Once you have all your bundles placed, you're going to want to trim and tuck your pipe cleaners in the back. I have all of my ribbon bundles attached. I'm very happy with that. Now the next item I'm going to add are these really pretty glitter ball picks that you can pick up at Dollar Tree. I have 3 of them, and I like the mixture of the different sizes and different colors. And all I'm going to do is add hot glue and then feed it down into the mesh. Now it will attach really well if it glues right onto the Deco mesh. And I like these because they are bendable, so you can kind of shape them. So as you can see, I kind of have them pulled up and then curled a little bit, and I tried to mix up the colors. Now I want to place one right here. I want it to kind of fill in that area. So once you decide where you want to place it, kind of figure out where you're going to glue it in. And then you can also, bend them. I really like that. So you can get them right in the position that you want. Just add a good amount of hot glue to the stem there and make sure that you get good contact. I really like that. It adds a little bit more texture and a different dimension. Very pretty. I'm going to go ahead and place my other 2 picks. I have all 3 of my picks added to my wreath, and I'm really happy with their placement. I like that little bit of sparkle and the extra texture that it adds. Now I left this space open because I have something else I'd like to add. And I found this cute little sign that says, "Please don't wake the dead," and it's shaped like a little coffin. I found this at Walmart last year, so I picked it up. It was like $3.49, and I thought this is the perfect little sign to accompany this beautiful picture in the center. Now I glued down the knot in the back, and I also glued down the beads there that are on the sign because I don't want those to move. And then I added 2 pipe cleaners here on the back. I just simply stapled them on, and I use 1/4 of an inch staples. And I always add a little bit of glue on top so that my pipe cleaners don't slide around. And to attach it, you do the same thing that you've done with the ribbon bundles. You just feed your pipe cleaners through the mesh and attach it to the wire frame. But I thought this would be really cute as a nice little addition right there. So I'm going to wire this guy on. And there you go. I have my little sign attached. I really like that. I think it goes perfectly with the picture in the middle. Now the last thing that I want to add is I'm going to add some of these purple roses. They come out of the Halloween section from Dollar Tree. And I do have 2 stems of these. And then I'm also going to add some of the jeweled spiders in purple. So I have quite a bit. Let's see, I think you get 5, so I have 10 spiders. I probably won't use all of them, but I am going to add some of those. Now to prep your roses, you just want to cut a stem. You just need a couple inches, enough to add some glue and to feed it in. The stems also come with 2 little stems that look like this. They have a little bat and some sticks. So I'm going to add those as well. And there you go. We are all done. I had 3 stems of the roses that I added, and then 1 package of the purple spiders, which is 5 spiders. I am so happy with this wreath. It is so big and beautiful. This wreath measures at about 24 inches in diameter. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. I know I sure had a lot of fun putting this one together. If you enjoy craft tutorials and hauls, you're going to want to check out these other videos. Thanks so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. You have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.